Happy Thursday. Good topic this morning. Everybody's always talking about gaslighting and narcissists and reactive abusers, bullies. But have you ever thought maybe you're gaslighting yourself? It is real and it does happen more than you think. Oftentimes, depending on the family you were raised in, maybe your family didn't speak kindly to you or about you. Maybe you were the scapegoat for everything, because I see that happen in a lot of families. They will have a preferred child and then somebody that is not the preferred child. And yeah, that child gets blamed for absolutely everything under the sun. And so you pick up on that trait and you carry it with you through life, that anything that happens, it has to be your fault because it's always been your fault. Well, honey, it's not. It's not your fault. It has nothing to do with you. Stop saying, I'm sorry all the time. And I used to be the worst at that. And it didn't come from childhood. It came from a bad marriage that I was in. And I was emotionally and physically abused for a number of years. And you got to get out of that. And you have to stop assuming everything is your fault when it has nothing to do with you. Stop saying, I'm sorry. If somebody drops a piece of paper, you say, oh, I'm sorry, let me get that for you. Why are you sorry? You didn't drop the paper. They did. If somebody spills something in the kitchen, they can clean it up. You don't need to say, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have had whatever it was sitting that close to it. No, you're fine. They're a klutz. They can clean it up. Stop blaming yourself. Stop saying, I'm sorry. I want you to take responsibility for what you say and do, not what others say and do. Do you find yourself thinking there's something wrong with you? I hear that a lot. There's got to be something wrong with me. Or everybody tells me there's something wrong with me. Do they really? Because they're kind of wrong. Because, honey, there's nothing in the world wrong with you. Well, you may be misled. You may have a skewed perspective, but you're not broken. You're not bent. There's nothing wrong with you. The reason you're thinking the way you're thinking, it comes from childhood, from age 0 to 10 or 12. The environment you're raised in, those are your foundations of how you're going to deal with the rest of your life. So if you were brought up in a nurturing, supportive environment, you're going to go far. Because you know not everything is your fault. You take responsibility for what you do. Other people take responsibilities for what they do. You know you're capable. You know you're smart. You know you're loved and appreciated, and you're on solid ground. Other people that come from a toxic environment of physical, mental, emotional, psychological, and sexual abuse, abandonment, yeah, they're on shaky ground. Every day for them is an earthquake. And that can continue throughout their life because the ground's always shifting. There's never anything safe and secure. So they're always saying, I'm sorry. They're always accepting blame. They always think it's their fault because they've always been told it's their fault. You're being told there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. I promise. Okay? Nothing in the world. That a change in perspective and learning the appropriate tools to cope with life, you're good to go. You need to start believing in yourself. Stop doubting your capabilities. I talk to people all the time that have been offered promotions or new jobs, new opportunities, and it's like, oh God, I would love that, but yeah, I don't think so. I just don't have what it takes. Yeah, you do. You do. You're smart. You can read, you can write, you can learn. Plain and simple. You can read, you can write, you can learn. Unlearn the bad behaviors. Let's learn positive behaviors. Let's grab the bull by the horns and make it happen. Eons ago, my dad was a chemical engineer, and he was with a very large aeronautical company. And he was just one of the guys working in the plastics lab. And he worked long and hard for many, many, many years. And then he was offered a huge promotion to research and development. That's big. That is big. And it wasn't just into that department, it was into upper management. And I remember he came home and he was so honored to have this opportunity. They came to him and it was, wow. But oh, I can't do this. No, 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 no. These fellows have PhDs and doesn't matter. You have the smarts. You have what it takes. You're doing the work now. Share what you know. Do it. He did it. He loved it. He did so well. He traveled all over the world. So proud of him. He died in 2015. But he was something. But he never believed in himself. He always doubted himself. So we had to kind of make up for that. So if you have people in your life that doubt themselves, give them the encouragement. Tell them, I believe in you, and believe in them. Encourage them. Stand by them. Help them find the resources they need, to learn the second language or to get the degree or to take the online classes. Make it happen. Make it happen because, honey, you're worth it. You are so worth it. Now, we need to start seeing people and situations for what they are, not what we want them to be. Red flags are there for a reason, and somebody might have amazing attributes. They might check almost all the boxes. But the red flags outnumber the attributes. And too often, people will just say, well, that's just them. That's just who they are. Yeah. But who they are, does that mesh with who you are? Just because they look good, they're nice, they're kind. Maybe they have addictions. Maybe they're abusive. Maybe they have a criminal history. Maybe they tend to run out on people. Maybe they tend to steal identities, steal money. Maybe they're kind of a covert narcissist. Pay attention. It doesn't matter how nice they are, how cute they are. Don't let anybody hurt you. Pay attention to the red flags. Talk to a friend, talk to a family member. Tell them. Here's a situation. Maybe they know the guy. Maybe they love the guy. Maybe they hate the guy or girl. But be honest and say, I'm really torn. Now, if you are torn, if you're having doubts, don't do it. Do not get involved with him because that is your gut. That is your instinct. That is your guardian angels telling you, no, don't do it. If you're having those little niggling feelings, I don't know, don't do it. Do not do it because you're worth being treated appropriately with respect and dignity. You're worth having all the boxes checked, not 3/4 of them or half. Don't settle. Don't be so lonely and so desperate that you're going to settle for somebody that mistreats you or your family, your kids, your pets. No, we don't do that because you're worthy, honey. You are so worthy. You are a wonderful individual. You are smart. You're healthy. You're whole. I see things in you that you don't see in you, but that's what I do. Be smart. Don't buy into other people's BS. And when somebody is telling you you're too sensitive, you're too emotional, that hits a nerve with me. I was told that my entire life by a family member. I'm just joking. God, can't you take a joke? Fine, I won't tease you anymore. I won't even talk to you anymore. But they do. And their goal, they are reactive abusers, they're bullies, they're a narcissist, and their whole goal is to make you cry, to make you emotional, so that they can turn around and pick on you and say, see, you're so emotional. Gosh, I'm just teasing. Can't you take a joke? At this point, if you're an adult and they're doing this to you and you're on the verge of tears, look at them and say, yeah, I'm emotional, and I'm emotional because you're an asshole, because you treat me like dirt, because you're a jerk, and I don't have to put up with it anymore. Leave. Hit the road. Or you. Grab your stuff, grab your kids, grab your pets, and get the hell out. Because that, my love, is emotional abuse. You don't deserve that. They can find somebody else to play games with, not you. Know your worth. Know your value to others. Because you are so worthy of so much. And I want you to love yourself more than you love them. And that can be hard. Because so often when we love somebody, we love them to the moon and back. You give them your heart and soul. Honey, you have to love yourself more than you love them. Know your worth. Love yourself. Treat yourself with dignity and respect. And don't tolerate anything less from anybody else for any reason.